It is Thursday morning, March the 9th. It is 8 o'clock on the dot. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris, and this is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week in the mornings, chat about what's going on in the world of weather, hopefully getting your day started off on the right note. At the very least, let us all raise our mugs, our cups, and get a little coffee in the system. Alrighty. All right, that's a little better. Now we can start with our day. Does that work? Works for me. All right, let's take a look and see. Top two things we are watching. First off, a little spring in our step this morning, right? I think so. It may not be officially spring, but we've certainly had spring to even summer feeling temperatures. And for today, there's a little something out there for us. We're going to be talking about that and rain returning to our forecast. There are a few things that we are monitoring, so let's get right to it and see what's going on. Outside we go, a live look, vehicle assembly building. It's kind of cool here. Let's dissect this for a minute, all right? All right, so you've got, this is from Coco, so we've kind of got this neat depth of field thing where things that are pretty far apart are close because of the depth of field. So you've got Launch Complex 39B here. That's where Artemis went up, okay? You got the vehicle assembly building. You know what that is, though? That's the mobile launch platform for Artemis. Yeah. It's back and kind of being repaired. You can see there's a crane on the one side of it there. And then Launch Complex 39 A is over here, further down, just off camera. So it's kind of a neat little shot there. But it's kind of funny because when we were pulling up for our last launch, it's like, wait, what is this thing? And then it's like, oh, that's the launch platform for Artemis that was damaged in the launch. Yeah. Speaking of which, we'll get to some launch forecasts coming up in just a few minutes' time. But let's just look outside. A wonderful breeze running about 5-10 miles an hour. That breeze has kept the fog from forming, but it has also kept Brevard County warmer. Okay, notice the breeze coming directly in off the water. So what that means for our Brevard County friends, let's just take a look at temperatures, all right? It's 73 degrees in Melbourne right now. Right? 60s for us along the shoreline and across the interior. Most of us are hanging out in the 60s. There are some 50s in our northern spots. And our first warning, live Doppler radar, scanning the skies, but is nice and quiet. It is an absolutely lovely forecast. So let's take a look, shall we? Here's a look at our 12-hour forecast. It's beautiful. 74, 11 o'clock, 77 by 1 o'clock. It's 79 degrees by 3 p.m. So we are looking good. Jeannie says it is crisp. It is. The temperatures are outstanding. And frankly, we're in the midst of a really great stretch of weather. All right. So for today, if you're heading out to the theme parks, oh, does it look good? Universal Studios opens up in just under an hour. You have to forgive me, my allergies absolutely shellacking me today. Absolutely shellacking me. Oh, gravy. Do we need some rainfall? But temperatures are looking outstanding today. And it's not just at the theme parks. Frankly, it's area-wide. Take a look. I mean, mid-70s. Along our shoreline, upper 70s, lower 80s across the interior. The reason for the temperature adjustment, depending on where you are, is that breeze coming in off the ocean keeps us feeling just dynamite. It is lovely outside. So today's forecast looking great. And with that, I will pause to say good morning to you. Marie, how are you? Tina, good morning to you. Elizabeth, good morning, good morning. So glad I can see you later on YouTube as I need to leave now to take my dog to her grooming appointment. All right, Elizabeth, be good. Take care. Have a great morning. That's a good thing. Carla, good morning to you. How are you? Stacy and Gary, good morning, y'all. My God, do I need coffee? This is me with, by the way, this is me with a decongestant. Yeah. Kenneth says, can someone please invent an internet connection that never fails for $45 a month? I will tell you that I pay more than $45 and mine fails. So I'll go with something that just doesn't fail either. I am going to Kenneth, I do plan on so I've got my cell phone plan, and I think for like $10 a month I can get a cell phone card, like a USB thing. I think I'm going to get that on a router so that if my landline internet fails, it will automatically fail over to the 5G card. Because yeah, my internet dies a lot too. Vicky says the pollen is real. We all need a therapeutic dose of allergy meds, I think. It's true. This is annoying. This is very frustrating. Man, good gravy. Yes, we do need rain. Cars are covered in pollen, Becky says. Indeed. But a good morning to you, Marie. Jeannie, how are ya? Laura, Miss Coffee Talk yesterday. We were on a show called Flip My Florida Yard. It airs in October. That sounds very fun, Laura. We'll have to check that out. Flip my Florida. So did they like fix your yard up? Is that what it is? You have to tell us about it. Taylor says, I've got to strap the kid in the carrier on me after Coffee Talk so I can replace an ignition coil. Oh, that sounds awesome. That sounds so fun. Flonies is my friend. I need to start, I feel like every spring, if you've watched Coffee Talk for a while, I feel like every spring there's a day where it just hits me. And then I have to go get on Flonase. Today is that day this year. And I'll get on Flonase and I'll be fine. But like, struggle bussing it today. Yeah. All right. So we're lovely. Weather pattern gives us gorgeous weather today. Tomorrow we're going to start to watch that little bugger, a little cold front that's going to sneak on through, will give us a couple of showers. Then high pressure builds in for the weekend and gives us nice weather. But then Sunday into Monday, there's another cold front that's moving in. That cold front is going to do us a number. Big changes. Yeah. We completely renovated the landscape at Camp Boggy Creek. We sent them away and planted over 1,000 plants, and they came back, and we did a big reveal. It was very cool. That sounds so great. That sounds so great. Taylor, luckily it's an easy fix. Get the cover up, pop the clip. Yeah, pop out the old one, new. Yeah, as long as it is, right? As long as it is. You need to start the allergy medicine before allergies hit. Jennifer, this is going to be a very sexist comment, but I'm going to say it. I'm dumb. I'm a guy, and guys are dumb. I don't mean for it to be sexist. I just know I'm not smart. When it comes to things that are very common sense like that, not a smart guy. Man, if only I knew that allergy... Oh, wait, I did know that allergies were a thing, but I'm dumb. Oh, well. We push forward, right? Taylor says, I'm just glad I know basic mechanics. You know them better than I do. I always get intimidated with that. Beth says most men are. I mean, it's like when the wife is like, hey, did you do this? And I'm like, definitely should have done that. Definitely should have done that. Jen says, take your Flonase. I know. Jeannie, not my wife. Other Jeannie. Jeannie Rowan says, you said it. I know. Janice says, live and learn. But Janice, I've been on this year for a minute. I've been on this earth for a minute. You'd think that living in Florida the entire time, this would be a thing. No, not a thing. Not a thing. So here we are. Not a smart man. To quote the great Forrest Gump, I'm not a smart man, but I know what love is. Okay. All right, so on Sunday, we've got a decent cold front moving our direction, and it's really going to turn us around. Our temperature forecast is adjusting. Now, on Sunday, there's another thing we need to talk about. Springing forward. Just a reminder, Carla says I'm not dumb. I'm just, there's some things where it's like I could fly an airplane. I have more than 100 hours flying airplanes. I could build you a computer. I could forecast months ahead of time. Why the heck can I not remember to take allergy medication every spring? What is it? What is it with people like me? Why? Is it that I'm in denial, Yvette, or am I just like, common sense is lost on me? There are certain elements of common sense that I just do not get. Janice says, we all have our weaknesses. Isn't that the truth? Mr. Mark Shipatovsky, good morning, bud. How are ya? We're just talking about how us guys are not the smartest creatures sometimes. Stubborn, I think, Beth, is the perfect word to use. Yep. Laura says it's the millennial in you. Oh, do not fire me up on that. All right, anyway. So, springing forward, have no idea why, but we are doing it. Maybe one of these days we'll stop. David says it's because we don't want to take him. That's the truth. But by the time we need him, it's like, ah, crap, I got to go take him. Yeah, that's the truth. I'm a stubborn putz. Oh, well, what are you going to do? All right, so we've got that whole spring forward thing. All right, so at least the weekend forecast is looking great. I know what you did, Laura. Not lost on me. Jan says, it took me 30 years to admit I need allergy medication. I'm so happy I did. I know. I need to, you know what I need to do is eventually go and do the shots. I started them like 20 years ago and obviously didn't continue them. So anyway, poo-poo. All right, so this weekend's looking great. By Sunday, we start to warm, and then that next cold front moves our direction. But you want to talk about that cold front doing us a number. Just briefly take a look here at our 7-day forecast, okay? So we've got rain tomorrow, and we're going to look at that in specificity here in a second. I just realized the background of the spring forward graphic was flowers and not popcorn. Because it's spring. So we'll talk about that rain. Weekend forecast looks good. Warming Sunday, Monday. That next front comes in Monday. But holy cannoli, Tuesday, Wednesday, look at those temperatures. Y'all, it's not going to be like frigid, but it's not going to be hot either. Also, the background for this graphic, yeah, it's not popcorn. If I take the graphic itself off. So when I did this, it's a stock image. And it's because if you look, it's got the faded 2, and then it goes to 3. You see that? So it's showing a spring forward, and that's like a spring theme. Fun fact, I grabbed this stock image, put on the graphic like years ago. And then like last year, I noticed that Amazon must have bought the exact same stock image because I saw it on my Alexa device. So anyway, look for this graphic, the background at least, on your Alexa device these next couple of days. If you have one with a screen, because I've seen it there. Cherry blossoms, it could be, it's spring. It's supposed to feel like spring. That's all. That's all it is. All right, so we know we've got a mega cold front coming. So let's talk about it. Sunday is like the warmest day ahead, and then by Tuesday, those temperatures start to drop. So let's just take a look at the forecast, okay? So for today, we know it's going to be looking good. Tomorrow, we know it's going to be looking good. Let's look ahead to next week, all right? So Monday, we've got rain. Monday of next week, we've got rain. Afternoon high temperature, 70s and 80s. Very cool. Let's look at Tuesday. All right, Tuesday morning, we'll wake up to temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Hello, beautiful. Tuesday afternoon, we'll be into the 60s for daytime highs. Right? Wednesday morning. Look at these temperatures. If you're listening on the podcast, it's 40s for 90% of us. Wednesday afternoon. 60s and 70s. And then we'll start to climb thereafter. Yeah. So you could say... So what you're saying is there's a chance I'm going to need my jacket. That's correct. That's correct. All right, what about the rain? Let's take a look at Futurecast. Today, gorgeous. Maybe a coastal sprinkle. No big deal. Looking good. Looking good. All right, adding in more clouds tomorrow morning. All right. Then we start to really cloud things up tomorrow afternoon. And you can kind of see a few showers, but the model's trying to go in with like tomorrow night in some rainfall. And then Saturday, even a little bit of rainfall, but clearing and looking gorgeous through Saturday afternoon. And then that's where the data ends. Yeah. So, I mean, we've got ourselves, people, a nice stretch of weather. So do expect, particularly late in the day tomorrow, do expect to see a little bit of rainfall, okay? All right? That's where we're at. A little bit of rain tomorrow, a little bit of rain Monday. Do we need the rain to fix this situation? Yes, we do. Will I beg if I have to do that? Yes, I will. Beth says this should be our last cool down. You know what's interesting about that, Beth? March is always tricky because you always get that. You always get like the fake summer, right? And then March kicks in with a little bit of a chill. But take a look, and this is the GFS. Just to give you an idea, this is the raw GFS data. Oh, it's moved, of course. This is the raw GFS data for temperatures. And, you know, for what it's worth, we do have 80s, but we've got a couple little dips. We've got a couple, like there's that dip next week. Then there's a little dip there around the 19th. And then there's a little dip again around the 25th. So the model, and this is one model run of one model. So take it for what it is. But it's there. Like, there are some dips in the temperatures. The warm weather had heated the pool up. I'm sure the cooler weather will drop it back down a notch. Speaking of which, I need to go add more water to my pool because with my pool being warm, the evaporation has absolutely blasted it. Laura, March is always like, hold up, one more. It's true. It's true. All of Central Florida's like, it's beach season, and then Mother Nature's like, hold my beer. Yeah, that's where we're at. So, it's okay. That's okay. We just kind of have to act accordingly. It's not going to be as cold. So, but look, at the end of the day, like, Central Florida Fair is in full swing. If you're heading out, you can't beat that forecast. Nice, quiet weather. Mercy, that's what it would be. But, yeah, the term is not so good. Yeah. But that is the equivalency. All right. Hey, we've got a launch today, people. Let's just take a look and see what we're doing. Debbie says, what about afternoon rocket today? So this afternoon, Falcon 9 launching OneWeb 17 mission. I believe it's the last one that SpaceX is on contract to do. 95% chance of good weather for it. Now, booster recovery is low. They're not launching this one off to a drone ship, which means that a few minutes after, friends, we are looking at the whole sonic boom thing. Because the first stage will be coming back to landing zone 1 at the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station about 8 minutes after. And especially because we've got ourselves an onshore wind, that's going to blast in that sonic boom. So in the event that you hear something around, what is it, it's 2:17, so around 2:25-ish, 2:30 as it makes its way inland, just a heads up, okay? That's a thing. All right, so just a heads up. For right now, though, the good news is all of the launch weather conditions are looking go, no concerns. It's still way early, of course, but all is good. And for what it's worth, current condition over at SLC 40, which is where this baby's going up, winds are gusting to 17, and that is within constraints for the rocket itself. Can you tell that I've been doing some work? Tapping into some weather data. Can you tell? Now, that onshore wind certainly is going to be playing in today. Let's just look at the wind gusts around. It was definitely gusty yesterday. Oh, there's some cool data. Burris, what have you done? You have been nerding out. Yes, I have. So there's the winds right now over along the Kennedy Space Center and Cape Canaveral Space Force Station. So all is good. It's within constraints, so not a big concern. All right, so that's for today's launch. We'll definitely be monitoring this and posting information. Then, of course, we've got relativity this weekend. And obviously, if we just look at the data off of relativity pad, it's gusting to 16, so that's fine as well. But the forecast for relativity for Saturday, 90% chance of good weather for that one as well. And yes, we'll be monitoring. It did not go up yesterday. They had a couple of little issues, and they want to get it right. So all good stuff. Yeah. Debbie says, let's get nerdy. Let's get nerdy. Yeah, built a bunch of cool graphics yesterday, including, satellite imagery. There's some clouds rolling in. That's a 10 miles. So it's a lot. I spent the day building stuff. Including like rocket parameters, like for the Falcon 9. Like the pad winds for the Falcon 9 can't be above 30 miles per hour. So, when we come into I'll tell you guys, because, you guys are nerdy. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here for a half an hour Facebook Live talking about weather. But like for the different rockets, I've got the different criteria. So rocket specific criteria in addition to just launch commit criteria. So this is like Falcon 9, 30 mile per hour winds. Obviously, that's the criteria for that particular vehicle. So when we look over to SLC 40, if it were to have launched or try to launch right now, we're good. Gusts to 17. So obviously that's good. But we'll be watching this. I love to nerd out. All right. So anyway, long story long, launch today. Sonic boom possible about 8 minutes after liftoff. Yeah, it wasn't wind issues yesterday. It was mechanical issues. It's their first time, so, give them grace. It's all good. All right, any questions, comments, concerns? Let's see. We've covered beautiful weather today. We've covered the rain tomorrow. We've covered the rain on Monday. We've covered a great weekend. We've covered spring forward. We've covered the chill next week. What have I forgotten? Have I forgotten anything? Anybody? Anything? Anything at all? In the event that we've got that launch today, for whatever reason, if there's an issue, obviously I won't. But if the launch goes well, I'll stream it on my social channels. Yeah. All right. Uncrewed mission, but Jeannie says the train did not derail. Well, nobody helped to push me off of the tracks. I'm not smart or cute enough to just derail myself. I'm just not. Debbie, Twitter, Facebook. I should be able to do both. Yesterday, I realized I couldn't do Facebook for the first attempt, but I'll be on for Facebook and Twitter today. Yeah. April calendar. Haven't done it yet. I'll get there. All right. We can end it a couple minutes early. It's a quiet enough day. Listen, be good, y'all, would ya? Laura tried. You said not today. What did Laura say? What did Laura say? Oh, no pushing off the track. I mean, I'm not feeling 100%. I'm still fine. It's just my nose. I feel fine. I could go take on. If Tony Manolfi was like, put up your dukes, I'd be like, I could still take you. I'd just be sneezy in between. You know what I mean? That's all. Oh, trying to derail the train with the millennial comment. Got it. Yeah. Triggered. Definitely triggered. Yep. Guess tomorrow we've got Jacqueline D'Agostino. The 3D printed modeled rocket is scheduled now for Saturday. Yeah, the one today is a Falcon 9. Yeah. Is Jacqueline ready to be on Coffee Talk? Jacqueline is ready. I need to get Jacqueline the link to do it. But yeah, Jacqueline will be ready. Jacqueline was born. Listen, Jacqueline's a national news person now, or a national sports person now. So, like, she's a real deal. Like, all of us are amateurs. She's over there, like, CBS Sports, like, bah. I'll just talk. And Jacqueline said she needs to get some snacks for it. So that'll be fun. Ay vey. Good old Jackie D. I miss her. I adore that girl. Too funny. All right, people. Go. Be one with life. I will see you all later. Thank you for hanging out for Coffee Talk. Take care. See you at 3:30 this afternoon.